Kia ora, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, with news banking rescue efforts are underway in both the US and Europe. But first up, the US labour market never stops signalling its strength. Last week's jobless claims came in way below estimates. In fact, their lowest in months at 217,000. That is almost back to year-ago levels. There are now 1.9 million people on these benefits. And American building consents and housing starts took an unexpected jump in February in a moderately bullish sign that few saw coming. But the Philly Fed factory survey stayed as weak in March as it was in February and did not get the expected improvements analysts were looking for. In fact, new order levels fell to their lowest since May 2020. And there's a private rescue underway for First Republic Bank, a regional bank in California. Banking majors led by JP Chase are working to ensure it doesn't fail, separate from public regulatory oversight. Across the Pacific, Japan's core machinery orders, which exclude those for ships and electric power companies, jumped 9.5% month-on-month in January. And Japan and South Korea are making up, trying to put their fraught relationship back on a more normal basis. This is actually a big deal for the region. And in China, average new home prices in their 70 major cities dropped by 1.2% year-on-year in February. Separately, President Xi said global market turbulence caused by the war in Ukraine has shown that agriculture is a national security issue of extreme importance, while making a strong call for food self-sufficiency in a newly published speech. As widely expected and signalled, the ECB raised its policy rate 50 basis points to 3.5%, ignoring the stresses on banks from the Credit Suisse issues and staying focused on fighting inflation. It is maintaining its tightening bias. Globally, freight rates for containerised cargo slipped again last week, but by less than previously. They're now running at a third lower than their 10-year average, an average that includes the pandemic spike. US Treasury 10-year yield starts today at 3.57% and up 10 basis points from this time yesterday. And the price of gold will open today at $1,914 an ounce and back down $14 from this time yesterday. And oil prices start today recovering $3 to just on $67 in the US, while the international Brent price is now on $75 a barrel. That's back up half of yesterday's fall. And the Kiwi dollar is little changed against the US dollar, now at 61.7 US cents, but against the Aussie we're softer at 92.8 Australian cents. Against euro we're also softer at 58.1 euro cents. That puts our trade-weighted index down to 70.1 with a 40 basis point retreat. Get more news affecting the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.